Hello and welcome to episode number 5 of our 2.11 Black Sun campaign. In the last episode, we nearly completed the Black Sun storyline, so that's what we're going to finish up in this episode. In order to do so, we need to capture the planet Obadia so that we have an alliance with the Hutt cartel. We already have captured the space over Obadia, so all we have left is to capture the ground. However, once we capture Obadia and complete the Black Sun storyline, all of the Hutt planets are going to join the Black Sun. However, they're going to join completely undefended. So we need to make sure that our navies are ready to defend these planets, because a lot of these planets are open to the Empire over here near Kessel and Yadu, as well as some of them are going to be available to the rebels over here near Dressel and Mimban. So we need to make sure that we have our navies ready to defend these planets. So we also going to need a lot of credits so that we can start building space stations and ground defenses on all these planets as well. So I'm not going to spend any of my credits right now. Let's go ahead and make sure that my fleet over Ukio is ready to go. And I'm actually going to split this fleet up. We're going to put probably something like all of those guys as one fleet, and then have the other fleet ready to go as well. We can go and corrupt that planet. Slowly going to keep working on our corruption as always. This fleet is ready to go as well. We're going to put something in the Pathfinder spot, just in case we have to do a battle with them. We still have the neutral faction over Ubrikia. Hopefully they're going to hold out a little bit longer so that I can set myself up on these Hutt planets. But once we get set up over the Hutt planets, I'm probably going to take the space over Ubrikia so that I am a little bit more comfortable with what is there. Oh no, the wheel's getting hit. No, that's my credit income planet. Well, there goes 500 credits. We'll capture the wheel back. Maybe not soon, honestly. Actually, I take that back. Not anytime soon will we be doing that. Alright, the ground battle of Obadia. Let's go ahead and bring the gangsters down first.
Invasion commencing.
And commence the invasion. Special units. Ooh, the Black Sun can recruit the Pike elites on this planet. That's really, really good. The income of this planet is also high due to gambling activity. You gotta love that. Obadia was a planet located in the galaxy's outer rim territories. That was the homeworld of the Pike species. Located on the end of the Kessel Run, the Pike Syndicate managed the distribution of spice from Kessel as it was delivered throughout the galaxy from the high fortress of the Pike Syndicate on Obadia. That's good. So we'll be able to add in another mercenary team, this time the Pikes, to our infantry. Uh-oh, we located some enemies. Oh, here they are right here. This is them, I think. Yeah. Oh, that guy doesn't have a name yet. Oh, that guy doesn't have a name yet either. Okay, so the Pike Elite Soldiers, they all have personal shields. That's pretty good as well. And they also have disruptor rifles. That's going to be good. We're going to be able to add some pretty elite infantry to our already really nice infantry ranks as Prince Caesar. You know, it looks like they got something right here as well. Keep pushing. So Obadia is a new planet. However, Obadia's ground map is not a new ground map, so we can probably bring in some Mandalorians. I think it's going to be worth it. Once we capture this, we'll bring in the rest of our ground troops. What is this right here? Hold on, pause it real quick. What is this? Okay, it's just Pike soldiers. These are like the militia Pike, helping defend Obadia. Alright, over here, let's get some elite infantry. And then, that's good enough for now. I want to make sure that we kill off this infantry units right here. More of these Pike soldiers. Yeah, their elite infantry doesn't stand a chance versus my elite infantry. Those aren't even their most elite infantry. Alright, so the mercenary outfighter has been destroyed. We managed to get 3 Mandalorian platoons, which is good. Yeah, man. Our elite infantry as Prince Caesar is so good. So good. With that, let's go ahead and bring in the rest of the troops. We'll go ahead and have an ATTE come in, an ATAP unit. And then probably just that. We don't need the speeder bike since I have so many different units of elite infantry. With that, I'm going to go ahead and mention one thing that was included in the update. So, y'all saw that we had this mercenary base over here. You can't really see it very easily, but this mercenary base, you usually can recruit mercenaries just like I did. I got some free Mandalorians for a small price. With the introduction of the new 2.11 update, they actually made it to where not always when you recruit troops from these mercenary bases, will they come to you? Sometimes, when you recruit them, they will actually join as a neutral faction, as the purple troops. So you know how we're playing against a neutral faction, however than the orange troops? These guys will fight for themselves, which I think is actually pretty cool. It kind of makes sense for the mercenaries, but I feel like when you're playing as the mercenaries and you purchase the mercenaries, they probably should fight for you. However, they also introduced the same feature for the randomized droid factories on certain planets. You know how some planets there are droid factories that you can capture? They made it to where those can also sometimes, when you capture them, will drop droids that are not a part of your faction and will immediately start shooting at whatever captured that droid factory, which I think that makes a lot more sense. You know, you go in there, you turn on the factory, and it starts producing droids that are still, for some reason, loyal to the CIS, which that makes a lot more sense to me. That can be a lot easier to roleplay and stuff like that, so I think that was a pretty cool feature, though. What is that? Oh, it's the rocket skiff? No, I don't know. What does so much damage to you? No, but I need the rest of my guys to... Man, these Mandalorians are so fast. Love that. I lost my AAT. That's kind of sad. So yeah, that's a cool feature that 2.11 put in. You can come join the fight if you want, sir. Gotta love the good old-fashioned AT-AP, baby. You know what's really funny about Star Wars? Is everything starts with the preface of AT. Like, you got AT-APs, AT-DTs, AT-DPs, AT-RTs, AT-TEs, AT-ATs, AT-STs. You want me to keep going? I can keep going. You know what I'm saying, though? Everything in Star Wars starts off with AT. I think that's so funny. Let's go and put you guys into cover. Maybe start micromanaging a bit. Do you have an ability I can unlock? Oh, you have two abilities. You have Brace for Impact. That's a pretty good ability. And a Stability Fire. Not really. I'm not a huge fan of Stability Fire. I don't think it really works perfectly, to be honest. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Do you guys get abilities? You get Stability Fire, don't you? Yeah, you do. That would be a lot more useful for you. It's gonna bring in some more troops. Some reinforcements has arrived to help kill off. It is nice to see that these elite Pike soldiers are actually pretty good. Pike soldier elites, or Pike elite soldiers is what it says. We need to kill this turret still, man. You can push up, my friend. Yeah, so AT stands for all terrain. So if you didn't know that, most of y'all know this because y'all are veteran Star Wars fans. So AT-AP stands for all terrain. I don't know what the AP stands for, to be honest. Might be like anti-personnel, all-terrain anti-personnel, but I don't know. I actually don't know what ATTE stands for either. All-terrain... I don't even know. But yeah, everything has AT at the beginning. I think AT-AT is all-terrain attack transport, and AT-ST I know is all-terrain scout transport, which is funny because the AT-ST doesn't seem like it would be a scout, like a scout vessel, but I guess it is. I mean, not a scout, but a transport, all-terrain scout transport. It doesn't really fit a whole lot of troops. I don't think that's the reason why it's called transport. Now we're really getting to the intricacies of Star Wars. Over here talking about transports and stuff. But the ATTE actually does make a lot of sense to be all-terrain, because in the Clone Wars movie you see them like walking up a vertical wall, and then in the Clone Wars TV show you even see them standing on top of the asteroids as well in space, which is pretty cool. But yeah, it seems like everything in Star Wars has the all-terrain preface. That's a pretty good dub right there on Obadia. So with that, we have completely completed the Black Sun storyline. They had a lot of units. Oh, they even had Zygerian soldiers. So like Zygerian slavers are, as well as the Pikes, are two of the like 3 new units in the 2.11 update. So that's pretty cool. And we actually unlocked those Pike soldiers, which we mentioned. Let's go get a space station as well as 2 of those. And then once the Black Sun outpost gets built, I believe we'll be able to build those Pike elites, which are going to be really good. However, I'm not going to be building them too soon because I'm still wanting to invest all my money into these hut planets, which should be joining us any second once that mission triggers. And there it is, the most esteemed Prince Caesar. You have indeed kept your promise, and your shall be rewarded handsomely. The entire hut sector will now allow your forces to be stationed there, and you can count on the services in the future. So Bam, Nimban, Sleheron, Toyia, Nalhutta, Yalesia, Teth, and Gamor have all joined the Black Sun. We need a space station on there. Let's go ahead and start investing credits into these planets. Teth, you can go ahead and get some of that, as well as a space station. Yalesia has some Dune fighters, or Dune lizards. I believe that's what that is. Toyia, you can get a space station as well. Sleheron, space station. Money, please. Alright, we're broke. We'll have to wait till the next turn. Oh, look at that. We also got Durga the Hutt right here. So Durga's pretty cool. He's a decent Vigo. But that also means that we can invest into the Hutt cartel's technology, which is something that we will do eventually, but not right now. I'm going to move him over to Salukami, because I think that's the wise thing to do. And we got to keep moving out our fleets. So, this fleet, push over to Gamor. This fleet also is going to be pushing over Gamor. And I need a fleet over Teth, as well as Nalhutta. How are we doing? We're building a space station here. So once the space station builds here, we'll move this fleet over to Toyia. Space station's building here. We're about to get paid so we can start investing in Nimban. Nimban, go ahead and give me those things as well. Nalhutta is the really big planet for us, because Nalhutta is finally the first planet I can build ship traders. Yay! Ooh, they can also build space casinos. Love that. Nalhutta, look at all those credit bonuses we got. The Battle over Gamor, they have one Dune Lizard right here. Or that's not a Dune Lizard, that's a Psych Interceptor. Psych? Psych, that's not a Dune Lizard. Hey. Aw, great. Now my fleets combine again. Give me some of that. Give me a couple of those. Give me this. Give me that. Give me you up here. And then you over here. Then you up there. Thank you. Perfect. Alright, Gamor. I don't need to defend Gamor, so you guys push up to Teth. And then we're going to have to push these guys up to Teth as well. We'll do that a little bit later. Sleheron, 62%. That means you're also pretty close to being done as well. Good. So now you see the power of the strategy that I've used in this campaign. Look at this. From Salukami all the way down to Geonosis, we own all of these planets and have hyperspace lanes connecting all of them. Now I've actually got a video coming out pretty soon about the best Black Sun strategy from the start, which is basically what I did in this campaign, except all of these planets over here that I'm not using, I would completely sell everything. And that's going to start, I've done the strategy, it starts you off with 200,000 credits, which is an insane amount, which is also really good because you can use those credits. Uh-oh. No. Okay, that's fine. I don't think I built a space station there. How big is this fleet? Nothing, it's just the Liberation. Okay, that sounds good enough for me. Oh, they took Toyia from us, darn it. You punks. Please don't take this on the ground. Okay, Kaylee, we don't care about that. So like planets like Kaylee that I'm not even bothering with, I'll sell everything and then just do the exact same strategy that I did in this campaign, but a little bit more focused and stuff. Like I'm not going to worry necessarily about pushing west quite yet until after I get done with the Black Sun storyline. So it's a pretty good strategy. I think the strategy that we ended up using in this campaign is one of the best, if not the best. Now once the 2.11 once the Black Sun storyline gets completely released, and it's a lot harder to complete the storyline, at that point, then it's probably better to try a different strategy because it's going to be a lot longer for you to complete the storyline. We got a pretty easy battle here over Nalhutta, but I figured I would include it because of the Liberation being a unique ship, as well as this is not going to be the easiest fight ever, I guess. But if you are doing a Black Sun storyline, or excuse me, a Black Sun campaign, drop a comment and let me know what y'all's strategy was. I'm very curious to see kind of what y'all's strategy is. I'm going to leave everything else out. I think we've got a pretty good fleet here, especially since these guys are all regular acclimators and minotaurs. We're going to end up having a pretty good fleet of fighters. Look at the fighters that we have coming out. let's go ahead and make sure that we kill off all of these Z95s, and then that way our fighters are fighting uncontested, which is going to be really good. And just like that, one of the rebels' best ships is going to be eliminated. We should probably actually focus down... Uh-oh, this isn't good. Alright, maybe I should bring in you up here. And I don't think I need to worry too much about losing these T-Wings. So I'm also going to bring in the T-Wings. Let's go ahead and have some of y'all focus down the engines, just in case this thing tries to run. I don't think it will, but I'd be pretty upset if it did. You guys come and help out. Alright, everything focused on the engine. I might lose this acclimator. That's how strong the Liberation is, and also kind of how weak the acclimators are. Everything focused on the hulls. Get the cloak shapes to finish off the Z95s. Cloak shapes are really good anti-fighters, especially against weak fighters, but they're not really going to help kill the Liberation all that well, so you don't have to worry about having them not focus down the ship. We got a DP-20 as the mercenary, which is really good. DP-20s are fantastic. We even got some X-Wings. I don't know if y'all saw that. I don't know where they went. Yeah, right there. We got some X-Wings, which is funny. And just like that, the Liberation has been eliminated. And we lost an acclimator. That's kind of sad. Especially since we don't have the credits right now to replace those ships. Get over toward the area before they build a space station there. I'll start working on the space station over Teth again. I'm not sure if I built one there yet.
Beginning construction. Beginning construction.
And I believe, yeah, all of my ground... Yeah, nice. Oh, except here. Nope, we already got it there. Sweet, so all of my planets, all of my new planets, already have all the ground buildings constructed. Now we're just going to work on their space stations, and then the additional stuff like space casinos, and ship traders and such like that. So the battle over Toyia, looks like they have Garbel Iblis up here. Which I could have sworn we may have killed already, but he is a rescuable hero, so they might have got him back if I have killed him in this campaign. I can't remember. Alright, that should be close enough. Let's go ahead and bring in some ships. We did lose that last acclimator, and we don't have the mercenaries. So that's why people are very big advocates of corrupting planets. I'm just not a big fan of corrupting. But I definitely recommend doing it. It's just not something I do a whole lot of. I will do a decent amount of it in this campaign. But here we are. We got some Z95s. There's a Dreadnought, another Dreadnought, another Dreadnought. Suppose that should be expected with who we're fighting against, huh?
Reinforcements
And we'll bring in the triremes in the back. Really our only focus to kill him, huh? We got a lot of anti-fighter ships in this fleet. Contains Garbel Iblis, yeah. I don't care too much if they're fighting, just want to run away. I'll have these cloak shapes, see if we can kill these E95s, but... especially since we have so many anti-fighter ships, I'm not really too concerned if they want to run. Alright, focus the engines. Make sure these engines go down. Please and thank you. Boost the firepower. Nice. Alright, so the engines are going to go down. Let's go ahead and start focusing down the hull. Boom. That's what the arcs are good for. I know... I can't remember... but... they have really good sensor range, but they also have proton torpedoes, which is really, really good. I guess, yeah, it was last episode. Sorry, I kind of lost my thought. Last episode we talked about how not everything is going to be fantastic and amazing, but at least something always has one really good feature. And the ARC 170s are great at having long range. Nice, so they're going to retreat, but these dreadnoughts aren't going to make it out. Because they're a part of Garbel Iblis. Nice, they even had a T-Wing right there. Yeah, we did see that T-Wing.
System conquered.
Uh-oh. Oh, Slayeron. Look at that. Okay, this is actually pretty cool. The AI is smart enough to only send one unit, one troop, to capture an undefended planet. So they thought that Slayeron was completely undefended, so they sent one single unit. I don't know if that's the higher level AI, like the higher difficulty AI, or if all AIs do that, but that's crazy that they did that. Hey, stop that. Go away. I want to have both these planets, but oh, I lost. They had a lot more stuff than I thought they did. Lost a Longhorn. This fleet is crumbling right here. Crap, they destroyed my space station again. Stop doing that. Now they raided the planet. Are you kidding me? And Trandosha's getting hit now? What is hitting Trandosia? Oh, jeez. Oh, that's a big fleet. Yikes. That is a large fleet. Alright, go ahead and auto-resolve that. Do I have a space station being built over Char's 4? I do not. Great. Now they're hitting Nalhutta. Oh, brother, this is turning out to be rough really quickly. Alright, we'll just let him run. See you later. Return to battle. We need to get rid of her. Which we'll go ahead and have this ground force come this way. Man, they just annihilated all those things that were making me money on this ship, on this planet. Teth, how's your space station coming? Not even close to being done. Alright, let's try this again. Venator, go over to Obadia and build me a space station. And don't lose this ship. Let's go over... Okay, we don't need Slayeron anymore. Go ahead and have this fleet combine with this fleet. So I think I'm going to have one centralized ground army and then have two space forces. Which is going to be kind of dangerous because we're going to need more spaceships. We currently don't have enough spaceships to do that really well.
The Empire has advanced it.
I trust my army pretty well. I think I have enough ATTEs and AATs and elite infantry that I think I could win the majority of ground battles with where we're at currently. There they are. We can also build some Pike Elite Soldiers if I want to. 1200 is pretty cheap. They have a building of 5. The take cover ability. Ooh, they have the sprint ability, which I actually really, really like. I'm a big advocate for this, for the sprint ability.
Destroyed.
So we lost toward Trandosia. I'm going to build a space station over Charis 4. And then obviously retreat my heroes off of there.
Construction complete.
But yeah, hopefully the rebels and the Empire will start attacking each other. That'd be ideal, especially since I don't want them to attack me, obviously.
Corruption has been removed.
My ground force is slowly making it over to Nalhutta. That's good. Where do I want to spend the remainder of my credits? Teth. Gamor. Gamor needs a space station. I thought I had one building on Gamor. They don't have access to Gamor, so yeah, so we should be able to build a space station on Gamor. Obadia has access to space casinos. We'll just go ahead and start building them. Nimban and Slayeron both have access to ship traders, which is not something I'm interested in. Ooh, Malistaire is getting hit by a massive rebel fleet. Oh man, that's going to be a problem. We're getting hit in a lot of different areas. I think we're good. I think we're good on all these planets right now. Which means that I should be able to invest my credits down south again and start building up a bigger fleet. Which is exactly what I'm going to do. Let's go ahead and get a couple of these Carillion heavy gunboats. We'll get a couple of these mine layers, which I know I said I'm not a big fan of. But they're actually okay. They're really cheap too, which is nice. And then the remainder of my money is going to go into 2 Longhorns.
Mission log updated.
Alright, mission log. Salvage unit. What is this? We need to salvage a grand... Oh, that's my grand arena. That's money. That's not even a unit. That's my money. New dealers. Build a black market for 3 B1 battle droids. That's interesting.
Construction complete.
Up here, I don't have any black markets, I don't think. Boz Pity, Charles 4. You can build me black markets? Yeah, go ahead and build me a black market up here. I don't have the money for it. This is going to sound really stupid. I'm going to sell that so I have the money for it, and then we'll just rebuild it. I know I lost like half the credits, obviously, but I'm going to forget to do that mission is the reason why. Our ground forces have reached Nalhutta, so we're going to head and do this battle.
Invasion.
It's just her. I'm going to auto-resolve it. That's not a hard battle at all.
System conquered.
Don't need to worry about it. And we finally have recaptured Alida. I'm going to put some gangster platoons down here, just in case they try and raid it again, before I can manage to build more things. And then we should be able to continue our push towards the east. I'm going to take out all of these Imperial planets because I don't want to have 4 pretty good Imperial planets sitting behind my lines just attacking me constantly. So I think that's going to be the next place we push before we head back down east or west here to try and retake Malastare. That's not a big fleet. It's got a ton of fighters and a lot of corvettes, but if I can bully them with a lot of Venators, I think we'll be fine there. Alright, let's go ahead and push the fleet over Teth, which isn't the world's greatest fleet, but it's good enough to take on Yadu. We'll have my ground forces linked back up over Teth as well. And they're about to get paid, which is good, because now Huda, like I said, is the place that we're going to be spending the majority of our credits on. Because I need a level 3 space station here, as well as 2 ship traders, as well as, obviously, the ground stuff as well, which get us credits. Here is the battle over Yadu. Man, that CR-95 is really funny. It looks like the start of episode 4.
Choose your reinforcements.
The CR-95 is like the same thing as like a Glock 19X versus a Glock 19. It's the same thing, but just like a little bit different. Why I just made a gun reference, I don't know. We're going to continue on with Awakening Rebellion. Actually, let's go ahead and tell another story. We haven't told a story in a while. I believe this is the second story that we're going to tell of this campaign. This is going to be a really easy battle, so I don't really need to commentate over the gameplay either. So, the second story. As I've said in the first episode, I'm still in college. And being in college, you know, when you're in college, you use college for fun stuff. You go on adventures, you make stories with your friends, and you do stupid stuff. So, what do I do in college? I do a lot of stupid stuff with a lot of stupid people. But I love these guys. These guys are my family. So, what happened, Captain? Why are you telling us this? So, me and my best friends, my friend group, especially the males, the girls always tag along, which is really funny, but the guys are the ones that participate. So what we do is we all play sports at our college. We all play sports. We usually play a lot of different sports. I play soccer, one of us plays baseball, one of us doesn't play a sport, and then the other guys run cross country and stuff. And some of them are graduated as well. So we all play a bunch of different sports. But the key is that we all go to each other's sports games and heckle. We all go and trash talk the other teams. We try and get in their heads. We try and smack talk as much as possible so that it's just a lot of good fun. You know, we don't try and mean anything by it. We don't try and insult people. The key is that we never cuss. We never say bad words. We never defame anybody. It's all just good fun. Say like we're going to a basketball game, which is usually where we go. We're literally just there to like make fun of people. Oh, if you airball, we're going to be in your head. We're going to be like, oh, you airball, man. Get off the team, man. Back to the bench with you. You know, we're just like, it's all good fun. We don't mean anything by it. So yeah, we do that a lot. We go to pretty much every basketball game we can. We go to pretty much every baseball game we can, and we just heckle. We go and we sit in the stands. We try and get as close to the field, as close to the court as possible. So we get in the front row, and we just trash talk. That's all we do. We don't even have anybody in our main friend group on the basketball team, but we love to do it. We just go to the basketball games and we smack talk. And over the years, we've gotten really, really good at it, and it's so funny. So recently, we went to the University of West Georgia's basketball game, which is a D2 college, which is really good, and they're actually going D1 next year. So they're way better than us. For reference, we're an NAIA school, the school I go to, we're an NAIA school, which means that we are nowhere near as good as a D2 going D1 next year. For reference, for those who don't know what an NAIA school is, we're basically the equivalent skill level of a good D2 school. But they're D2, which means that they're better than us, and they're going D1 next year. So they're supposed to blow us out. And I'm going to continue that story in a second. We just retreated. Also, we lost that CR-95 with 2 seconds left in that battle. That was tragedy. Less than 2 seconds. I was trying to not exaggerate it, and it was actually like way less than 2 seconds. Yeah, we need a bigger fleet. This fleet is currently not big enough. I want to sell a couple of those. before we auto-resolve. I need a bigger fleet. I'm going to take some of the ships from here. Give me some of you. Give me you. Give me you. And give me this as well. And I'm going to send these guys over Obadiah to help out. I just need a bigger fleet. It's really what I need right now. On Salukami, have we built this yet? No. I keep calling it Salukami, but then I realized, like, after last episode, that it's pronounced Salukamai. Auto-resolve that. We're just going to wait. I'm going to edit this out, and then once this fleet gets to Obadiah, we'll attack Yadu again. So the fleet has arrived, and we are going to do the second battle of Yadu. We only lost to CR95 in that last battle, so really not that bad. This battle should go a lot smoother. We have another Minotaur, we have another Acclimator. We also have 8 Amshacks right now, which is absolutely crazy. And we'll go ahead and go back to the story. So, we arrive at the University of West Georgia. It's me, Gavin, Josh, and Ian. And we are the main guys that go to every game. We're at an away game, and we're still here just to trash talk. And all the fans love it. They find us hilarious. Most of the time when we travel to games, they think it's absolutely hilarious that these guys, these random guys, show up just to trash talk. And we're really good at it. I can't, simulate the trash talking into a microphone. I'm just going to think it sounds stupid. But you just have to believe me that we're really, really good at it. And it's so funny. So we get there, and it's a pretty big arena. Like I said, they're going D1 next year. Holy crap, I have a lot of Amshacks. They're going D1 next year, which means they have a pretty large arena that seats about 6,000, 7,000 people. But what do? We sit courtside, baby. We get front row seats. We're like 5 feet away from the court, and we get there, and we start, man. We immediately start trash talking. No delay. Right when we get there, we start trash talking. And what happens? Like I said, they're going D1 next year. They're supposed to destroy us. But what happens? We start winning. I kid you not. In the first 10 minutes, we're up like 20 points to 7. And you better believe, in a game that we're supposed to be losing, but we're winning, and we're only there for trash talking, you better believe we were screaming at the top of our lungs. We would not let them hear the end of it. We're like, no way y'all are losing to us. Y'all are trying to go D1 next year. Man, y'all are losing to a trash school like us. Y'all are going to be terrible. So we were just giving them everything we had. And we were doing pretty good. We were in their heads. They were losing. We were doing a fantastic job of trash talking. And not only that, but there's one more extremely key detail about this match that we were playing against them. If you don't know how college sports work, the good schools, the really, really good schools, will pay the bad schools to come and play them. So think about football for a second. The University of Alabama and Georgia are fantastic football schools. They pay trash teams to come play them because it looks really good on stat sheets. It looks really good in your record when you beat some team 30-0, 70-0, So that's what they do. They will pay bad schools to come play them. They were paying us to come play them, and we were beating them. So not only were they supposed to be better than us and going D1 next year, and we're beating them, but they are paying us to play them. So that was even more ammunition for us to just smack talk at the top of our lungs. We were screaming at them at this point. Y'all are losing to us, man. Y'all are supposed to be D1. Man, y'all are paying us to be here, and y'all are losing. We were giving them everything we had, and they were losing. It was working, and we were having the time of our lives, just screaming at these players for losing to a team that they're supposed to be way better than, and they're paying us to be here. So we were just, I lost that Venator right at the end of the battle. That's really sad. So we were just screaming at them, and it was a lot of good fun. And that was a tough battle. We lost that Venator right at the end. That's what happens when you have one of those thingies. Let's go ahead and have the ground battle of Yadu. So continuing the story, fast forward a little bit, we stopped winning. At halftime, we're getting destroyed. They showed why they're going D1. They were way better than us. We had no right to be beating them, and they showed it. And we ended up losing at halftime. So we go into halftime, and here's the second part of the story. Not only are we trash talking them, but here's the funny part, in my opinion. they all, not only did they have a basketball team there, but once we started losing, we were kind of losing momentum in our trash talking. We were kind of like, all right, this is stupid. We're getting destroyed. But then the cheerleading team that was there also, because it's halftime, they switched sides of the court, which is really important because originally they were on the other side of the court. And now that halftime and they switch sides, they're on our side of the court. So they are 10 feet away from us. And we're like, man, I'm done with this basketball game. So we start trash talking the cheerleaders. And, it's just good fun. We're making fun of them. Like, oh, you're getting paid to cheer and stuff, and y'all look stupid at a basketball game. We're just, yelling at them for no reason. We weren't really trash talking them. But during a timeout, the cheer team would run onto the court. So if you can imagine them running on the court, and we're like courtside, we're right in front of them. So they're 10 feet away from us. And this big old swole guy drops his cheerleader. Like this big old muscled up guy. You could tell he lifts a lot of weight and works out a lot. He drops his 100-pound, skinny cheerleader girl. And I didn't see it, but my friends start yelling at him. And I'm like, whoa, what are we yelling at? So I look up, and they start yelling at this guy that dropped his cheerleader. And for the rest of the half, and it's like third quarter, we just start yelling at this guy. No way you dropped that cheerleader, man. You got all those muscles, man. What are those muscles for? Man, you got to hit the weight room some more. No way you just dropped a 100-pound. We're just going at this guy. Everything we have, we're just screaming at him. And he does not have fun with it. He starts yelling back at us. So you better believe we're yelling back at him. He's yelling at us. We're just going crazy back and forth. And then the cheerleaders also start getting involved. They're like, why are they yelling at him? So they start yelling at us. And it's just a yelling fest. We're all on the court, like 10 feet away. And we're just screaming back and forth. Nobody's paying attention to the basketball game anymore. Everybody's just laughing at us. We're screaming at these cheerleaders. It's all good fun until the cheerleading coach gets involved. We're like, great. Here comes the cheerleading coach. He's not happy that his players are yelling at us. He's not happy that we're yelling at his cheerleading players. So he starts walking over to us. We're like, great. Here we go. We're about to get kicked out of this freaking basketball game. Everybody stops yelling at that point. Me, Josh, Gavin, and Ian stop yelling. Because we're like, great. We're about to get kicked out. Here comes the cheerleading coach to kick us out. But this is where Josh is special. We love Josh. But Josh does not stop yelling. So what does he do? The cheerleading coach starts walking up to us. And it's like a 30-foot walk. So he's walking up. And we're all like watching the basketball game. We stop yelling. We're like, great, please don't kick us out. Please don't kick us out. But we don't say that out loud. But Josh keeps yelling. And he starts screaming at the cheerleading coach as he walks up to us. And we're like, Josh, shut up. Please, Josh, just shut up, man. We're going to get kicked out. So the coach gets to us. And he's like, guys, just shut up. Just shut the fudge up. Just shut the F up. And we're like, whoa, why are you cussing at us, man? We never cuss. We never say anything bad. Why are you cussing at us? And, we get really defensive because rightfully so. We never say any cuss words. We never say anything bad. We literally are just here to yell at your players and have fun doing so. Why are you screaming and cussing at us? So he starts cussing us out for like a minute straight. And then the security comes. We're like, great. Here comes the security. Now we're really about to get kicked out. So the security arrives, and he starts walking up, and right as he finally gets to us, we're like, great, we're about to get kicked out. And guess what he does? I kid you not. He gets the cheerleading coach by the arm, grabs him by the arm. Oh, they attacked Obadia through Kashyyyk. That sucks. Can we win this battle? Nah, I don't think so. Let's just sell this stuff and get out of here. But what we can do is retake that planet pretty easily. Let's get my fleet and my ground force over Obadia. This should be a pretty easy battle. Oh, we also got those B1s for completing that mission, which is nice. So I kid you not, the security comes, and what does he do? Instead of kicking us out, he grabs the cheerleading coach by the arm and starts escorting him out. He starts taking the cheerleading coach out. I thought I was about to get kicked out, and it turns out he starts to kick out the cheerleading coach. So we are going nuts. You better believe when we thought we were about to get kicked out, and instead the cheerleading coach gets kicked out, we were going berserk. The moment he turns his back to us to get escorted away, we go crazy. We're like, no way, you're about to get kicked out of your own stadium. How do you look now, buddy? You thought you were all tough coming up here to cuss at us? Man, now you're getting kicked out of your own stadium. So we are just going absolutely berserk on this guy. So finally, the security guard escorts him. He doesn't actually kick him out, which was kind of sad. We thought he was going to get fully kicked out, but he only brings him over to the cheerleading team and just away from us. And I kid you not, he starts pouting. Like, the coach just starts pouting. He puts his fist on his cheek, and he's looking down, and he's looking all sad, and he starts pouting. And it's so freaking funny to us, because this guy that's supposed to be, like, mature, supposed to be a leader, is just cussing out these, like, teenage guys. Like, none of us are teenagers, but we're in college, man. So we start laughing and start screaming at him, but he can't say anything back because he's already gotten in trouble. So we're just going off on him for the rest of the night. Like, man, I hope when I'm 16, or when I'm 40 years old, that I start cussing out little college kids for screaming at his team. I hope that when I'm 40 years old, I get mad at college kids for having fun at a basketball game. So we're just saying all this stupid stuff, you know, not even really being funny anymore. We're just making fun of him. And that's about it, man. But that's a hilarious story. I swear, when you thought everything was going to go wrong, and we thought we were going to get kicked out, they start kicking him out, man. We were going absolutely nuts. Infantry only areas, yeah. So that's a pretty funny story. Gotta love it when adults don't act like adults. It was just so funny, man. We thought we were about to get kicked out. We were like, Josh, shut up, Josh, shut up. And then the security guard kicks him out, man. It's like a story. Like, guys, you have to believe us. It actually happened. Like, we got to the school the next day, and we started talking to some of the basketball players that were playing in the game. We're like, bro, you will not believe what happened to us last night at the basketball game. They're like, what happened? What happened? And we tell them the story. They're like, dude, that's hilarious. It was a really good time. That's my favorite trash talking story. I have a lot of different trash talking stories from different sports games that we've gone to. Like, you know, we get cussed out a lot. We get flicked off all the time. I've got all sorts of different trash talking stories, but that's my favorite right there. That happened really recently too. That happened over Thanksgiving break, and it was, man, that was so funny, man. Back to Awakening Rebellion. We got the Obadia Battle. That shouldn't be too bad. They don't have a ton of ground troops here. I brought in a lot of infantry because that's what they have a lot of, is infantry. What do we got here? We got some Alliance Elite Guards. Yeah, they don't stand a chance against my ATTE. They just can't pierce it. Look at that. They're going to take a long time to kill us, and we'll be able to kill them before they do any damage. And if I needed to, I could just drop out my infantry. My infantry would just destroy them. But I texted, so happy Merry Christmas. This video is going to come out after Christmas, but one of the, oh crap. Alright, Ron Coda is kind of scary. I'm a little bit afraid of him. One of the things that I texted my friend, I texted my friend and said Merry Christmas to him. My best friend, his name's Michael, always one of my best friends. And I texted him, I was like, Merry Christmas, man, I can't wait for all the adventures that we go on this next year. He's like, yeah, man, I can't wait to do some more trash talking and stuff. I forgot exactly what he said, but I texted him back and I said, yep, my goal for the year is to get kicked out and or arrested at least once because of a basketball game. And he thought it was so funny, man. Like, it's cool. Like, it's fun to do, like, the trash talking, but it's really fun when people start fighting back. Because there's nothing that they can do. So when they start fighting back, it's like, what are you going to do? We're just, you can't, like, come and fight us. You're going to get thrown out of the basketball game or the baseball field or whatever. So there's nothing that they can do. They just have to sit there and take it, which makes our job a lot easier too. So it's just a lot of fun. If you never trash talked, I highly recommend going to a sports game and just going crazy. It's funny because we know we look stupid. We know we're making a fool out of ourselves, but we don't care. It's hilarious for us, and it's hilarious for our basketball team. Like, our basketball guys, they love it when we go and do that because they think it's just hilarious. And it's semi-effective too. We actually do get into some of the team's heads. Especially for, like, the bad teams. That they can't take it as easily. Where'd Ron Coda go? There he is right there. Ron Coda. Oh, anything I ask. Ooh, okay. I'm just playing. Alright, let me get you guys and you guys to come and support these guys. I really just need y'all to keep pushing forward. Like, we're so infamous and famous for trash talking that the basketball players have literally, like, before the game, they will text Gavin or text me the roster of the other team, so we have their names, which is a whole nother thing. It's like when we trash talk, we like try to get personal with it. Like, we'll read the descriptions after the players, and one of my favorite players his name was Ezra, and he was really good. He's the best basketball player I've ever seen play. He was the only good player of this team that we were playing against. And in his description, it said, yeah, my favorite movie is Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. And me and Michael, we're huge Star Wars fans, obviously. So we're like, Ezra, I love your movie pick. We love Star Wars. It was so funny. He starts laughing at us like, yeah, man, I love Star Wars. It was a great time. How y'all doing down here? I don't really care about that bunker. Keep pushing forward. What you doing there, Bubba? Start pushing up and helping out with them. AATs, y'all can come and support down here. What else should I bring down? I'm not super opposed to bringing you down. See, if we already killed one of their massive gun machines, maybe we can kill some more. Ooh, I do care about killing that thing though. Kill that for me. Yeah, nice job. I might get semi-close to losing you. Look at that militia soldier. I'm running away! Ooh, that's kind of scary. Go ahead and start helping out down here. Let me put you guys into cover. Go ahead and poop out your troops. Go ahead and poop out your troops as well. Give me all infantry. Infantry, y'all push up faster. Y'all are faster than this. Hit that ability for me. They have some infantry kind of hovering around here. We're going to lose a lot of those tanks that we had in an effort to kill this bunker turret. Once we kill the bunker turret, my infantry can turn on the other infantry, the enemy infantry, which is exactly what I want. I need these guys to push up faster, though. I also do not need these ATTEs to kill that. We're going to take a lot more casualties here than I probably should have. Can I push you guys forward, maybe? Let me get some speeder tanks to push up. You know, one thing that's nice about ground battles, and ground casualties especially, is ground casualties aren't nearly as devastating. You know what? Let's just abandon this attack for now. We already lost everything, so I'm not going to rush these guys forward and lose them all too. What's nice about ground battles is the casualties aren't nearly as devastating. You can lose a ton of ground troops, and it only costs an acclimator. Like, for example, I've lost a decent amount of ground troops in this battle, and it's going to be half the price of a Venator. But if I lose one Venator, that's actually pretty devastating. That's a whole week's income. But this battle is going to be like half of a week's income. And I've lost a lot more than I probably should have. That's really important to kind of keep note of. Y'all can shoot this. Like I said, I'm going to slow this battle down a little bit. Since I'm so good at this game that I managed to lose half my army. What do I want to do up here? Let's just build some AATs up here. Just a little bit of a stronger tank. And then we can kind of converge at the same time. I wish y'all would move betterly. Alright, let's just kill this thing, and then I'll move my infantry up. And then with the bombardments, as well as these guys over here, we should be fine. You guys from group 3. Group 3, you're going to start pushing forward. With that, so we can bombard right here. And the group 2 should be enough. We've actually dealt enough casualties over here that they only have a little bit of infantry left. What was that droid? Oh, the AAT has the droid voice. But that's something that we don't really talk about enough, is ground casualties. Look at that shot. Boom! Aren't really all that devastating. We gotta be careful of these turrets. Sorry, I got distracted down here. I get distracted sometimes. Yeah, it's just wrong coda. Everybody kill wrong coda. Y'all can take cover. We're doing decent damage to them, probably because of the infantry. as well as these guys are pretty good. And just like that, we are victorious over Ibrikia. So we continue to kind of battle it out with some of the enemy factions, but we're dealing pretty important casualties because I don't think Ron Coda. See, that's barely that much money. What, like maybe 7 grand, maybe 8? Really not too bad. Because that's half of a refit Venator, like I said. So we will go ahead and have these troops go up here. And my fleet's already here, so we'll go ahead and have the ground battle. We knew this was going to happen eventually. I thought I would hopefully be able to deal with it myself rather than have to take on an enemy faction, but that's not a big deal. Hopefully these two guys will attack each other, like I said, especially if we start building a big enough space station here. And then in the next episode, we will take on these 3 Imperial planets. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, stay tuned for the next one.